Ladies and gentlemen, we are live. Patriots Today by Chat Sports. I am your host, Brett Alper. We're on a 4-game winning streak. 5-2 on the season. Can you believe it? The schedule, it gets a little bit harder this week with the Cleveland Browns. But overall, the vibes are immaculate. It feels good. And it's time for the Patriots to get things right. We got the trade deadline just 2 weeks away. And a lot of people are kind of thinking to themselves, who should the Patriots trade for? Or are the Patriots going to ship out some players going in the next 2 weeks? There's multiple players that are on the trade block, including Anthony Jennings, including Kyle Duggar, and I think I've said it multiple times before that Keion White should probably be out of here. But the Patriots, they still need depth. So they need to figure something out, and we're going to be talking about that. There's a wide receiver on the block that I think a lot of you people put down in the comments section, and I said, no, So go down in the comments section right now, shout out your city, and shout out to Chauncey Walker coming in to start us on the day with the $20 super chat. Shout out to you, Chauncey. Let's go. Rashad Randall saying ship Duggar. Nicholas Trachillis, I still can't say it right. I'm terrible. Jermaine Johnson, I want him. Jordan Addison, I would love Jordan Addison. Jermaine Johnson, he's Jet, so I don't know if they're going to do. Ohio, there we go, $20 super chat, shout out to you. That's getting you on the helmet that we're going to be giving away here soon. Xavier Games, Westfield, New York. Mark Horhan, let's go. Jasmine in Florida. Diink in Chicago. My God, that's also a Kentucky fan here. Randall in Pikeville, Kentucky. I hear Pikeville has a very, very good medical program. Randall. Chauncey's out in Atlanta. If you had any comments to say, you could have said it, and we definitely would have got you. Oh, Michelle's in the chat. How you doing, Michelle? JR, the Pats fan, May's top 6. Now, look, I have said it. I said it on the overreaction video. Rashad, shout out to you. We love you, brother. We love you. JJ's in Yonkers. How about you go bet some horses for me? Nick Flagg, he's third at plus 600. And I don't know if you guys are on Patriots Twitter like I am. I'm a part of like 4 different group chats. They're all together. They all pretty much have the same exact people on it. But Babs, he's the biggest guy on Patriots Twitter next to TCL. If you guys know it, go and give them a follow. He said, get on this right now. And he tweeted out after the Panthers game, I want to say, and said Drake May is plus 10,000 odds to win MVP. He is now plus 600.
All right. I'll be the first one to ask the question.
We got Moose on the ones and twos, as usual.
Pats fans, what's up? It's been a while, but how does it feel to be on top of the AFC East again?
It feels amazing. And how does it feel to be the 2 seed in the AFC? But that will go into, since Moose asked that question, how does it feel? On one of the segments that we're doing today, I'm calling this game against the Browns a must-win game. A must-win game. Did you see that Campbell was mailed a T-Rex toy? Was it Rex from Toy Story? Exactly, Nick Flagg. All is right in the universe. The Patriots are leading the division. The Colts are leading the division. The Steelers are leading the division. And who in the South is...
Emperor Zurg!
And who's the division I'm missing?
In the AFC?
Yeah.
Broncos!
Are the Broncos?
In first.
There you go. It all makes sense now. Nikhil! Shout out to you. You're the GOAT. It's a must-win. Yeah, Joseph Bradley, 100%. They have a great defense. Mr. Swish, you were at the game. Tosobi out in Germany. Always appreciate you tuning in. AFC back to 2015. Colts, Pats, Steelers, and Broncos dominating. Yeah. But as long as that quarterback's not the under center over in Denver, I'm okay with it. As long as they're not. Do you think the Browns will be low scoring? JT Collector says Browns free win. Jasmine, I don't know. I would say it's going to be a low-scoring game. But if you notice with the Patriots, like in the Titans game, it took a little bit. It takes like every single game. It takes 3 or 4 drives. It takes a whole quarter for them to just figure it out. And then once it happens, they completely have a lockdown defense. But those first couple of drives, it's like, well, this defense sucks. They can't stop a nosebleed. And then it just goes over and over and over. Matthew McKenna, appreciate you for being here, whether it's for an hour, a minute, 5 minutes, the whole entire show. I appreciate you as always. You don't have to apologize. We got 100 people in the chat right now and only 30 likes.
I've got something for you. We're going to try something new because we've been asking you questions. We've been getting you the weigh-ins. We've been saying, hey, can you like the video for us? But now we're just going to throw a giant thumb at you.
We're just going to throw.
We're throwing a giant thumb at you.
Don't be weird. Just be common courtesy. It's free. It's easy. You come into the stream. You enjoy yourself. You take your shoes off. You have a drink. That's all you do.
And also, we cannot start today's episodes until we get to 50 likes.
We got to get to 50. We're 12 away. If Lockett is not a deep threat, Jason. He is 5'10", slow, old. No. Rashad, you're feeling it, brother. You're ready. I missed you guys on Sunday. Again, shout out to Jack Lotteray. Shout out to producer Avery for holding it down while I was gone for a wedding. I'm back this week. I'm back this week, next week, the week after that, all the way until, February when the Patriots go to the Super Bowl. I will be there.
Would you say that you're bike?
I am bike. We're back. Do you think we'll play more man this game? I hope so. Because one of my keys, and we'll get into it on the preview that I'm talking about, is that the Patriots, you got to stop the run. You got to stop the run. You got to let them beat you in the passing game. And you also have to blitz Dylan Gabriel because Dylan Gabriel is not that great.
Jasmine, do me a favor. Put your hashtag Patriots on that question. We're going to throw that up in the mailbag for you here at the very end of today's stream. So hashtag Patriots and the exact same question.
Exactly. We got the mailbag. You guys know what to do if you've been here before. Use hashtag Patriots. You get your questions on. If you super chat, you get to the front of the line. The front of the line. If we win against the Browns and then the Falcons, then our win total will be 6-7. 6-7. There we go, Jasmine. There we go, Randall. How would you feel if we traded for Trey White? Is he still a Bill? Yeah. Yeah, that's not happening. Daink coming in with a $5 super chat. Should we trade for Jalen Waddle? If you can get Jalen Waddle for a second round or a third round pick, it's the Dolphins. So it's a division one. You do it in a heartbeat. You do it in a heartbeat. Christopher Flores, shout out to you. Drake May Pat's lover. Who was more at fault? Can I just say yes? Can I just say yes? 50 likes. There we go. The super chats are being weird. Yeah, the rumors were that the Dolphins are like kind of just on a fire sale. Jalen Phillips was also on the trade block. I'll be talking about him because I think the Patriots need an edge rusher. You also claimed Caleb Murphy off the waivers. He had 25.5 sacks in his last season of college at Ferris State. Shout out to Daink, iOS, $5 super chat. Should we trade for Jalen Waddle? Mr. Swiss, you got to condense it. Hashtag Patriots, not hashtag Space Patriots. You got to put it together. Hashtag Patriots. I do love your question. I do love your question, though. Jason Reynolds, I'm good with wide receivers. Yeah, I'm in it for the long term. I'm in it for a long term. Rashad, I wish it was game day 2. I wish it was game day 2. Drake May Pets Lover, we are back. We're back and better than ever.
Some would say bike.
We're back and better than ever. If you can make that happen, Daink, I'm just calling you Die. I'm going to just call you die. If you can make that happen, and you can, because they're probably going to want a second-round pick. If you can make it for a third-round pick, even I'd probably be willing to do a second because he's really, really good. He has a little iffy on an injury, but if he can stay healthy and he can be long-term, that is a perfect, and I mean perfect, option for it. Keep getting your questions in. Tyree Vaughn, shout out to you, bro. How you doing? It's also, before we get into the segments, the NBA starts today. How do you guys feel about that? Basketball season is officially back. It started last night. That is the PrizePicks. No. No. Yes. Roy's a Warriors fan. Tyree Vaughn, who's your team? The Lakers look bad. Also, LeBron's out.
Luka's great. The Lakers are bad.
The Lakers are bad.
Luka's great. Lakers are bad.
But LeBron is also incredible. The Celtics, do they take on the Sixers tonight? Ooh. The Sixers. You're a player fan? I'm not going to say anything about mine. Yeah, the Sixers play the Celtics tonight. If the Celtics can beat Philly to open it up, that would be awesome. Kobe?
Did you say 7-6, 7-6, 7-6?
76ers.
Oh,
J-Rod coming in with a $2 super
we keep
chat.
getting the soups.
How do you feel about going big and getting Waddle? 2 people have asked now about Waddle. I would love Waddle. I said Jalen Waddle was better than Devontae Smith coming out of Bama. I said Jalen Waddle was the better player. It's hard to say. Warriors and Pats are your team. Shout out to Steph, man. He's incredible. He's absolutely incredible. Who's the Celtics starting lineup? Well, I don't cover Celtics today, but we do have a channel here at Chat Sports, and it is hosted by Tyler Smith, and I'm pretty sure he's going live tonight. I think so. He is? Okay. Yeah. He will be live, so if you guys want to tune in. Keith, we don't talk about that. We stick to football here. We stick to football here, Keith. We stick to football here, Keith. I know I have the weirdest combination of teams ever. I have the weirdest combination of teams ever, but it is what it is. All right. Before I get roasted by this entire Dude, oh my God.
Every time we start to get ready to do
more super chats.
Oh, my steak is too juicy.
It's too tender.
God damn it.
Abdul Rahman. Shout out to you coming in with a $20 super chat. Loved your videos and updates on our Patriots. Worried about this game against a very tough defense. It's a big test. It should be a close one. Hopefully not, though. Go Pats from Bahrain. Is that right? I mean, is Jaylen Brown playing tonight? Absence. BTW. I will get into a video about Tyler Lockett and what I think that the Patriots should do. Also, shout out to Abdul Rahman. I don't want to try to pronounce that. Al Khalifa? Does that sound right? I hope I'm right. I don't like to botch people's names. I really don't. But Abdul, shout out to you for a $20 super chat. All right, we got to get into this. We got 100 people in the chat right now. I got to get into this preview. We got the Patriots against the Cleveland Browns. And the Cleveland Browns, the record may tell a different story of what they truly are. So let's get into it right now. Patriots versus Browns. Let's try it. It's happened to you now. I love when that happens. All right, technical difficulties here. Let's get into it. Patriots versus Browns. After a 3-game road trip, back to back to back, that included 3 wins, the Patriots are back at home, hosting a bad team by record. But I think they might be a lot better than people think. Welcome into Patriots Today by Chat Sports. I am your host, Brett Alper. You can see that number right there, Patriots -7. They believe that they are going to beat up on the Cleveland Browns. But I think that this is a different type of game. We talked about going up against the Saints, how it was a trap game. We talked about going up against the Titans, how it was a trap game. Both those teams are not good. The Saints have a little bit of fight in them, but they're really not that great. Now, when you look to the Browns, that's where it's really like, this could be an actual trap game because their defense is one of the best in the NFL. The only problem with their team is that they have one of the worst offenses that we have seen. Yeah, you like that rhyme? You like that rhyme? Yeah, I do too. Real trap game for the Patriots, and we're going to break it all down. But first, against the Titans, the likes against the Titans, we had 1,207. I know that's a picture of the Saints, but we played the Saints a week before. The likes that we have in October right now, we are so close to our goal. So close. 525 likes away from hitting our goal from 26,000. So let me see that number increase. Let's hit that like record and go ahead, hit that thumbs up icon. So like I said before, how the Cleveland Browns are 2-5 on the season. The Browns record does not represent what this team is. I know they have Dillon Gabriel at quarterback. I know their offensive line isn't that great, but when you look at their defense, they have probably one of the best, if not the best defensive player maybe ever. I mean, if you look at what their season was, they should have beaten the Cincinnati Bengals week 1. If they didn't miss a field goal, that could be a win. They barely lost to the Minnesota Vikings. Carson Wentz somehow drove them on a game-winning touchdown. That's 2 wins right there. Yeah, they got blown out by the Ravens in Baltimore. They get blown out by the Lions in Detroit. But they beat the Packers 13-10. And that was when everybody thought that the Packers were one of the best teams in football. And then they beat the Dolphins 31-6. They could easily have 1, 2, 3. They could have 4 wins on their schedule right there. That's just the way it happens. It's just the way the NFL tumbles. But you can see they have competed in a lot of these ball games, and it's specifically because of their defense. Their defense is the specialty on this team. It's really freaking good. If you look at their defensive stats, like you're thinking a 2-5 team, this must be an easy game. Well, guess what? Yards per game, 256. That's it. That's the only thing that they allow. Passing yards, they're 3rd best in the NFL. You can't rush the ball against them. 82 yards, they're 4th. The points per game is top 15, and their 3rd down percentage is top 15. This team is good, guys. They are top 10, top 5 in most of the categories. You're going to have to deal with Mason Graham. You're going to have to deal with Myles Garrett. In the secondary, they have one of the best cornerbacks in football in Denzel Ward. But you could see what I talked about their defense. Well, their team is the biggest difference in talent in the NFL. You talk high and mighty about their defense and how good it is. Well, you talk about their offense, and it is a shell of itself compared to what it is on the other side of the football. When Joe Flacco starts as your quarterback to start the year and you can't move the ball down the field and you go to Dillon Gabriel, who is okay coming out of college. He's a rookie this year. He's all right. And he doesn't have that much people to throw to. He's throwing to Harold Fannin Jr., the rookie tight end. He's got David Njoku. But they also are just trying to use Quinshon Judkins the most of the time. If you saw the video I showed you about Travion Henderson, Quinshon Judkins is getting 82% of the snap shares that they have on the team. Now, the defense has to take advantage of how bad this offense is. You have to get to the quarterback. You have to lock down their wide receivers. Is Jerry Jeudy going to be decent? Yeah, probably. But, I mean, that's the only wide receiver that you can really lock in at. And you know that Christian Gonzalez and Carlton Davis and Marcus Jones, he's just getting better and better and better. This defense is going to have to be great if they want to win this ball game. Also, you got to have the same storyline as you did last week. It's another revenge game for Mike Vrabel. When he took off the 2024 season, who did he go and coach with? Who was he a defensive assistant with? Well, he was a defensive assistant with the Cleveland Browns. He coached them pretty well. But they know that this is going to be a true challenge for them. Kevin Stefanski, who's the head coach of the Browns, he said this about Vrabel. It's going to be a great challenge. He is someone that I admire in this profession, how he goes about his business. You know how he was very impactful for us while he was here. While we borrowed him for a bit, but they're playing really good football, and they're talented on all three sides of the ball. They're well coached, so it's going to be a great challenge for our football team. I just hope that the Patriots, and we've seen how they handled after beating a great team like the Bills, going up against a one-win team against the New Orleans Saints, and they took over business. You know what you saw with a one-win team, and you played the Tennessee Titans, and you took care of business. You didn't feel like this was going to be a cakewalk game. You didn't feel like you were going into it already going to win the football game. That's what Mike Vrabel's culture has done to this team. It's not a cakewalk like the last one. You have to really take this game serious, and I think the Patriots can truly take advantage of that going into Sunday. I'll ask you guys, though, what you think. Is the Patriots going to win this one? Who you got? Give me your NEs down in the chat, or if you're a Cleveland fan tuning into the show, you can give a CLE down in the comments section. Coming up next, as we always do on our preview videos, we got the injury report and also the keys to victory. But before we go and do that, I got to tell you about our sponsor of today's show, and that is PrizePicks. You and I make decisions every single day, but on PrizePicks, being right can get you paid. Don't miss any of the excitement this year on PrizePicks, where it's good to be right. You know PrizePicks is simple to play. You just pick more or less some 2 to 6 player stat projections. If you get your picks right, you could cash in. You can now follow other PrizePicks players directly on the app, and you can copy their lineups in one click, whether it's a friend, a celebrity partner, or just someone whose picks you like I like producer Moose's picks sometimes. Hit the follow button and check out every lineup they create in the new feed tab on PrizePicks. I have a lineup for this weekend's game, and I think Drake May's going to keep going off. Give me the more on passing yards. And the Patriots, they've yet to allow a 50-yard rusher. Give me the less on Quinshon Judkins. And I'm just going to keep riding it out every single week. Stephon Diggs, the more on rushing or receiving touchdowns. Download the app today and use code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. PrizePicks. It's good to be right. All right, getting back to business here. The Patriots, you got some good news on the injury report, and you also got some bad news on the injury report. The good news is Jalen Hawkins, who's been dealing with a hamstring injury and also just been hurt the last couple of weeks, he was a full participant in practice. The bad news is you get one safety back and you lose another safety. Craig Woodson, who has been a key part of this Patriots secondary, he was did not practice with an ankle injury. Harold Landry has also been dealing with that. He's limited. Christian Balmer usually doesn't practice fully on Wednesdays at all. Stephon Diggs dealing with the same chest injury. But when you look at the Cleveland Browns, I look at some of the players who did not practice, and you have Huntington with a concussion, one of the defensive tackles, and then Jerry Jeudy. He didn't practice with a knee injury. Those are one of your main wide receivers that I've talked about. If Jerry Jeudy does not play, well, then Dylan Gabriel's not going to have anybody to throw to. And that's an advantage to the New England Patriots. So I hope everybody's healthy. I hope Craig Woodson can get to go. My first key to victory, and this is an obvious one. If you're not saying this is your one key to victory, then you haven't been watching football at all. And it's contained Myles Garrett. Contain one of the best players in football. I think everybody knows about the Hall of Fame. I think everybody knows that he is going to be a Hall of Famer at one point. I think we know how good Myles Garrett is. And the numbers, I wouldn't necessarily say they pop off the charts. He still has 25 tackles, which is insane. 10 tackles for loss. 5 sacks is kind of low end, but if you realize, they're double teaming him. He's still getting 27 pressures, but the PFF grade, if you look at every single player that is going in here that faces up against Myles Garrett, they're double teaming him. And he is third ranked highest among edge rushers in the NFL for PFF grade. And you know how some people have been kind of lining up against one side? Like they'll go up against Morgan Moses, or they'll just stay on one side of the field. Well, he does. He goes up against the left tackle, and he goes up against Will Campbell. This is the first true test for the rookie. He's been great so far, But now you're going up against a Hall of Fame defensive end, a Hall of Fame edge rusher, and you're going to have some work to do on that offensive line. Will Campbell, you got to contain Myles Garrett. Second key to victory, let them beat you in the air. I do not want to see Quinshon Judkins running all over the field. I have him on my fantasy team. I know how good Quinshon Judkins is. I know how good he is. We also kind of saw he was the other guy besides Travion Henderson. And if they're not running the ball, well, they have Dylan Gabriel. And Dylan Gabriel hasn't played many games because it started off with Joe Flacco. But if you look at the completion percentage, 60%. Drake May has like 73. 546 yards, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. They're not letting him throw the ball deep. They are trying to be as conservative as possible to let that happen. But they also rely on the run game a ton. They rely on Quinshon Judkins to take most of the workload, and he scores most of the touchdowns. But the one thing about the Patriots is that they have one of the best, and I mean best, run games in the NFL. Quinshon Judkins, he has been very solid. And if you just want to pull that up, Moose, I can read them their stats. He's got 109 carries, 467 yards, and 5 touchdowns. He's averaging 4.3 yards per carry. But when you look at the Patriots, they don't let that happen to any single player on the field. They've gone up against really good running backs. And what has happened? Absolutely nothing. Against Ashton Jeanty, week 1, only 38. Devin Achane, 30 yards. Chuba Hubbard, less than 50. James Cook, less than 50. And James Cook, he was averaging like 90 yards a game going into that game against the Patriots. And Alvin Kamara only had 31 yards. They do not allow any type of runner. So good luck running up against Christian Barmore, Milton Williams, and, of course, Khyiris Tonga. My next one. Well, I said let them beat you in the air. You got to establish the run. You have to have a run game in this one. And I know last week it worked out. It really, really worked out for Ramondre Stevenson. Against the Titans, he had 18 carries. It felt like he was back to his old self. 18 carries, 88 yards, and a touchdown. He's officially back, ladies and gentlemen. He's also not fumbling the football, which you can't let that happen. But I want to see the Patriots get a run game, because when you get a run game going, you can set up play action. If you get it open, it opens up the passing game for Drake May. And Drake May has already been playing very, very, very good in the passing game. But the one thing I love about the Josh McDaniels offense is that it happens a lot of play action. But the Patriots haven't been able to utilize play action because they have no run game. They've only run it 28% of the time this season. If you can establish play action and fake that handoff, throw over the seam to Hunter Henry, throw over the middle of the field to Stephon Diggs, it's only going to help. And when you do have play action, it works out. Drake May right now, he has like over 80% completion percentage on play action, 4 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. I want to see that happen more and more throughout the game. And we saw it against the Titans. If you can get that run game going, the play action just happens by itself. You see that you can call more plays for that. And the last one, and this was one for the last 3 games because you're playing a lot of cakewalk teams and you're playing a lot of teams with bad records. Do not fall into the trap. Don't fall into the trap. Don't let it happen. They're a decent team. They have a really good defense. Mike Vrabel said it himself on his press conference today. They are the best defense that we have gone up against. They're 2-5 for a reason. They don't know how to win football games. They're a good team, but they do not know how to win football games. You are now back at home at Gillette Stadium. Do not overlook this game because you're on a 4-game winning streak. Do not overlook it. It's going to be a big one, and we're going to be live for it. And I'm going to be excited for it, and I'm going to get hype as hell for it because it's a possibility of a 5-game winning streak. And if you want the Patriots to go on a 5-game winning streak, go ahead, hit that thumbs up icon, like the video. Before we get out of here, I got my score prediction just in my head. I didn't make it the lower third for you guys, but I think the Patriots are going to win this one 27-17. Go down in the comments also. Give me your score prediction. That's going to be it for the latest episode of Patriots Today. Got a big game for us on Sunday. We will be live at 12 p.m. Eastern Time. So hit that sub button. And as always, let's go Pats. Boom. Let's go, Rashad. What is... Ooh. I like that. Paris, or however you say his name. The Cincy boys. He said, I made a graphic of the betting odds for Week 8, and Drake May is third. Shout out to JRod36 coming in with a $2 super chat. That will get you front and center in the mailbag. Any unsigned edge players we should pick up in free agency? Oh. Unsigned edge players. Do you know any unsigned edge players? Yeah, like the ones that are in free agency. I know trade options. Yeah, Zarius. Well, he was on a team. Wouldn't the Eagles still have his rights? Yeah. Hit that thumbs up icon. Let's look. Who you got? Let me know down. West Philly game 34-10. 34-10. Arden Key, not a Patriot. I'll be shocked. Old man Mob. Don't I have Arden Key listed in my don't I have it? I do. I do. I really think Arden Key would be one of those guys. Gonzalez Productions, 34-7 New England. Rashad says Stevenson will have a breakthrough game. I hope so, man. I really do.
That's where we want to go.
What did you post in the chat?
What do you mean?
You copy and pasted the Patriots-Browns matchup picture. No, I'm just scrolling up to look at people's messages. Quick says we're serious, and don't call me Charlie. Charlie, you can't be serious. Yeah, run them legs up. Yeah, the Packers slept. The Packers slept on the Browns, and they got worked. Oh, appreciate you, Gonzalez Productions. We got competition. If you guys didn't know, on YouTube streams, we got competition. Good old Hogdale.
Ooh, another one.
Good old Hogdale. Shout out to him. Nick Flagg coming in with a 5. Pats 27, Browns 13. I like that. I think I don't see the Browns scoring more than 20, and I don't see the Patriots scoring more than 30. I'm stealing this. Nathan, use hashtag Patriots. We are doing our mailbag at the end. I can't speak. After this segment. Shout out to Nick Flagg coming in with a 5. I like that score prediction. If that happens, I'll be happy. I want no sweat. Anthony Sanchez coming in with a $2 super chat. Any injury updates that we should know about? Well, Moose, I do have the injury report after we get that super chat up there that we can help you. Nathan Ramsey, you got to use hashtag Patriots, then type your question out. Let's look if we... I want to see any free agent edge rushers. Edge rushers available. It always takes so long.
It takes like 15 seconds.
Shaq Barrett, DeMarcus Walker, Yannick Ngakoue. Nobody that really intrigues me. Anthony Sanchez, $2 super chat. Any updates that you should know about? Got a couple. Ooh. Ooh. So Elijah Ponder, he did not practice today with a knee injury. Craig Woodson, that is a big concern that I did not see coming. Ankle injury. You get one safety back because Jalen Hawkins was a full participant in practice, and then you lose another safety with the did not practice with Craig Woodson. Rashad, would I bring back Judon? Yeah, I'm good. There we go, Nathan. Talking about Tyler Lockett. No, Gonzo is, you can see right there. Gonzo's on the injury report, but he is a full participant. He's good. He's good. Of course, Rashad. Ooh. No. Full means he fully practiced. So there's DNP, which is did not practice. Then there's limited, which is you kind of practice, you didn't really. And then full is, hey, you're a full participant. You're practicing. You're not missing a game. Take my shoes and walk a mile, something you can't do. Woo, woo. Big talks of the town, big boy game moves. Ooh. The Delaware Blue Hens are playing right now. Hey. Oh, Tyrell? Yeah. Talking about Tyler Lockett and huge playoff implications that I'm going to prove to you why this one is a big, big game. Let's get into it. Let's talk about Tyler Lockett. Should the Patriots go out and sign Tyler Lockett? That is a big question that I've been asked on the channel, and I saw a couple articles that linked the Patriots to the new free agent wide receiver. And also, this upcoming game against the Cleveland Browns could have huge playoff implications for the New England Patriots. Welcome into Patriots Today by Chat Sports. I am your host, Brett Alper, and let's get started with the wide receiver rumor. The Patriots, they've been named as a potential landing spot for the newly released Tyler Lockett. If you guys missed it over the last couple of days, well, the Titans, they decided, hey, we're not going to keep you anymore. He asked for his release, and then they said, all right, we'll release you, and he can go into a brand new team. Before we break it all down and what I think that the Patriots should do, go ahead, hit that bell icon, turn on your notifications, but if you haven't already, sub for Pat's Dubs. If you want the Patriots to keep this winning streak going, if you want to get 5 straight wins, sub it up, then hit that bell icon so you don't miss out on anything and select that all option. Whether we go live, whether we make a short about breaking news that happens, you won't miss out as long as you hit that bell icon. So back to the wide receiver rumors. We've talked about it, how I think that the Patriots should get another wide receiver. But that was also kind of way back before the season started. I said you have your wide receiver room of Stephon Diggs, you have Kayshon Boutte, you have Mac Hollins, and you have Efton Chisholm, Pop Douglas, which is a solid room. But I always said you needed that extra guy. And I didn't even mention Kyle Williams' name. But it's always looking at the long term, someone that could be a deep threat for the Patriots. And some people have mentioned that they should go out and sign Tyler Lockett, how he would be a pretty solid fit. But if you see right there, I mean, he's only 5'10". He's getting up there in age. He's 33 years old. And the stats, they just haven't been good. He hasn't been good. He hasn't been worth a damn for anything. And here's what CBS had to say about a potential kind of signing to the Patriots. Mike Vrabel just won his revenge game against the Titans and now could pick up a discarded weapon Tennessee wasn't too interested in using. The New England Patriots wide receiving corps has not been as bad as many believed it would be entering the season. Lockett could be another pass catcher that helps Drake May gear up for his MVP run. And when I think about that, I'm like, how's he going to help him? 10 catches, 70 yards. 0 touchdowns, 7 yards per catch. This ain't your dad's Tyler Lockett. This is not your Seahawks Tyler Lockett. This is not the Tyler Lockett that was getting 1,000 yards in one single season on the Seattle Seahawks. This is your washed up, old, and kind of decrepit kind of wide receiver. If you want to do the SpongeBob analogy, it's old. Like that man right there. Yeah, that's Tyler Lockett. And he kind of joined all the list of washed-up wide receivers that joined Tennessee. You got Julio Jones. You got Calvin Ridley. You got Randy Moss. Like, there's no need for it. He is old. There's just no reason for you to add Tyler Lockett to this team. The Patriots wide receiver depth chart looks actually pretty solid now that you look at it. And not to mention, because Drake May is looking really good, and Stephon Diggs looks completely healthy. We're actually coming up on the year anniversary of him tearing his ACL. But Demario Douglas is in your slot. Then Kayshon Boutte, Matt Collins, Ethan Chisholm, Kyle Williams. There is just no need for Tyler Lockett on this roster. There's none. He's 5'10", 33 years old, and you already have 2 slot wide receivers as it is. We're not even getting into the third one that the Patriots have. What has he done? Nothing. And when you compare it to the backup slot now, because Stephon Diggs is your number 1 slot option. The other guy is Demario Douglas. And when you look at the stats, look at this. 23 targets. Oh, Tyler Lockett has 21. That's more for Demario. Oh, you look at the receptions, 13 to 10. Yeah, Pop's got you beat. On yards, Pop's got you beat. Touchdowns, Pop's got you beat. Yards per catch, Pop's got you beat. You're going to add Tyler Lockett to be your 7th wide receiver to come in on that slot position when you have Demario Douglas that's right there, that is better at blocking, better at route running, better at catching the ball, and better at getting open. There's no need. He would provide absolutely nothing to this Patriots team. And if you want to start playing another wide receiver, well, he got in the game for the first time on offense. Our guy, my guy, Afton Chisholm. It's time we finally started giving him some respect and start playing him. Because if you look at this play right here, I circled it out for you. Afton Chisholm is getting a block. This is a Ramondre Stevenson run. That resulted in a 14-yard gain. So he can block. I guarantee you at this day and age, at 33 years old, Tyler Lockett can't do that. There's no need, there's no reason to go out and sign another wide receiver like him. If you're going to get a wide receiver, you trade for a long-term option, like a Chris Olave. You wait till the offseason to try to trade for A.J. Brown. Or you can get a Jalen Waddle if they want to trade, if the Dolphins want to. I don't want an old man. I'm not about it. You already got one semi-old guy that has been playing incredible in Stephon Diggs. There's no need to sign Tyler Lockett. But you guys can let me know down in the comments section if I'm crazy or you guys still want to sign him. Go down right now, give me an S for sign, or give me a P for pass. Coming up, I'm going to tell you why the Patriots have to win this upcoming game against the Cleveland Browns and what it would mean if the Patriots ended up, unfortunately, losing this one. Don't think it's going to happen, but we got to talk about it. But first, I got to tell you about our sponsor of today's show, and that is PrizePicks. You and I make decisions every single day, but on PrizePicks, being right can get you paid. Don't miss any of the excitement this season on PrizePicks, where it's good to be right. PrizePicks is simple to play. Just pick more or less than 2 to 6 player stat projections. If you get your picks right, you could cash in. You can now follow other PrizePicks players directly on the app and copy their lineups in one click. Whether it's a friend, a celebrity partner, or just someone whose picks you like, hit that follow button and check out every lineup they create in the new feed tab on PrizePicks. You're probably wondering, Brett, did you make a lineup for Sunday's game? Of course I did. Drake May, the more on passing yards. He's been doing it every single week, so give me the more. Quinshad Judkins, you can't run against this team. Give me the less. And then I'm just going to keep doing this until it happens. Every single week. Stephon Diggs, give me a touchdown. Come on. Give me the more. You can make a lineup just like that one when you download the app today and use code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. PrizePicks. It's good to be right. All right, let's talk about it. Patriots go up against the Browns. Patriots are 5-2, and the Browns, well, they're terrible, 2-5. So you have a great opportunity to go and have a 6-2 record. You've already beaten your win total from last year. You had 4 wins total last season. You had 4 wins in 2023. You're already doing great. And the Patriots have cracked the top 10 in every single power ranking that I have seen. But this is a big, big game. And I know it's only week 8, but it's quietly a must-win game for the Patriots. And you're probably like, Brett, why would this be a must-win game? If you lose this game, you're 5-3. You're still rolling. Yeah, of course you're going to be still rolling. But right now, the Patriots, the Athletic has come up with odds for the Patriots to make the playoffs. And right now you can see it right there. They are 92%. So it's looking really, really, really good for the Patriots. If you want to talk about playoffs, it's most likely that the Patriots are going to the playoffs. The only team that is better than the New England Patriots to make the playoffs is the Indianapolis Colts. They're 6-1 right now. They have a 96% chance to make the playoffs, but they also are playing in a very, very bad division that involves the Titans. So we could say that, and the Jags. But if you look at the AFC East standings right now, the Patriots are 5-2. They have the tiebreaker over the Buffalo Bills at 4-2, who was on the bye last week. So right now the Patriots have sole possession over the Buffalo Bills. And this weekend, the Bills go up against the Carolina Panthers. The Patriots have already beaten the Carolina Panthers. They beat them 42-13. But this week, Bryce Young has already been ruled out, and Andy Dalton will be playing against the Buffalo Bills. They're 4-2. They're coming up off a loss against the Atlanta Falcons. You know that Buffalo is pissed off. So I'm going to mark this as a likely win for the Buffalo Bills. No Bryce Young, it's probably going to be a win. So that puts them at 5-2 on the season. So let's say that the Patriots go and lose this game against the Cleveland Browns. Well, the Patriots, they need to stay control of the AFC East. If you lose, that percentage drops 12.5% of you making the playoffs. And that also, you lose control of the AFC East because now you have 3 losses and the Buffalo Bills still only have 2. So that is a problem. And I want the Patriots to win the AFC East. You are in sole possession. If you are in control, you cannot let the Bills get that one back. You have the biggest opportunity you have in the last, I don't know how many years. It has been 5 years since you had the opportunity. No, 6 years since you had the opportunity to win the AFC East. Do not let the Bills crawl back up and end up taking this from you, what you have earned. But you have to win this game against the Browns. You have to win the easy games against first before you go up against the Ravens down the line, before you go up against the Bills later this year. And the Patriots have to do this. You got to double team Myles Garrett. You cannot let Myles Garrett get to the quarterback. If he is going to be against Will Campbell, which he will be, he might put him to work. This is a rookie left tackle who's doing a great job right now, but he might be going up against a lot of players. And Myles Garrett, right now, 5 sacks, 27 pressures on quarterbacks. This is going to be Will Campbell's biggest test yet. So, you got to double him. Put Jared Wilson on him, who's been pretty bad as of late, which we'll talk about here in another video, but you have to double him. You cannot just let Myles Garrett just eat his food any day. Second one, blitz Dillon Gabriel. This guy is not good. He's not good at all. Just get to the quarterback. When he is under pressure, he folds. He has not thrown an interception yet this season because the Browns aren't letting him air the ball out. 59% completion percentage, 59.8, only 3 touchdowns. They are relying on their run game. If you make them throw the ball and blitz Dillon Gabriel, he's going to have a rough day at the office. And the last one, don't commit turnovers. You didn't commit a turnover last week. You didn't commit a turnover the week before. You are playing you are playing good football. You are playing disciplined football. The last loss you have against the Pittsburgh Steelers shouldn't have been a loss, but it was solely because you had turnovers. 5 of them. Take care of the football. This is a really, really good defense. So I said it's a must-win for the Patriots. What do you guys think? Let me know down in the comments section. Give me a Y for yes or give me an N for no. I'm saying yes. I know it's early, but I still think the Patriots make the playoffs if they lose this game. But you go from having an opportunity to be a 2 seed or a 3 seed all the way down to a 6 seed. Because guess what? The Kansas City Chiefs are coming. And you don't want to go up against that team in Kansas City. That's all I got to say. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. We're live on Sunday against the Cleveland Browns at 12 p.m. noon Eastern. So sub it up. Don't miss out. And as always, let's go Pats. Did we get more? Super chats. Anthony Sanchez coming in with a $2. Kayshawn Booty, low-key, a good draft pick. 2023. He was quiet. Kayshawn, another one from Nick Flagg, $2. Kayshawn is now K9. I think he always wanted to be Kayshawn. Kayshawn's like me. You want to know why he's like me, Moose? You know what he got caught doing while he was at LSU? Yep. Do you know what he did when he was at LSU? You know how many bets he made? Apparently like 6,500. Guy in the chat. No, I'm saying Kayshawn Booty.
Oh, Kayshawn Booty.
Yes. I don't know. Maybe Nick Flagg is. We got basketball tonight, so you know I was all over that.
Basketball, baby.
Well, David, his name is Booty. It's not Booty. It's not Booty. It is Kayshawn Booty. Your two favorite wide receivers, Diggs and Booty.
Big booty bitch. You got to remember that viral video, right? Vine. Big booty bitches, big
Probably.
booty bitches. What big?
Nick Flagg, it's a good year to start watching basketball. Unless you're going to be a Celtics fan. Now's not the year to start watching basketball.
All right, let's get in your mail.
How many questions we got? Yet, a lot of people, when he first got drafted, I said Booty in 2023. And then I was just like, And then someone said Booty. And then I was like, that can't be right. But if you look at the pronunciation that the Patriots give, it says Bootee. So Booty. Not Booty. Rashad Randall, I appreciate you, man. I really, really, really do. Dime Vision, are you I guess Nick Flagg, if you're going to watch football and be a fan of someone, you might as well be a fan of Cooper Flagg, right? From Maine, had the same last name. He said he's not related. Oh, maybe. Dime Vision, you're a Mainer? Now I know, and knowing is half the battle. Matthew! Are we set up for the mailbag? Okay. Oh. I promise. Look, Nick Flagg just said, I promise I'm not related, but I'm rooting for the kid nonetheless. we're in Dallas, so I'm going to go watch him play at some point. November 19th. Yep. Oh, watch yourself. I know. Just watch how you say it. All righty. Let's get into the mailbag, answering all your questions. Another week, another Patriots mailbag on our live show every single Wednesday, answering all the questions that Patriots fans have. And this week, they go up against the Cleveland Brownies. Now, the Browns aren't that great of a team, but I still think that their defense is really, really, really good. 2-5 record against a 5-2 record after back-to-back-to-back wins on the road. Your Patriots are back home at Gillette Stadium. So I'll ask before we get into the mailbag, who you got? Do you got the Patriots? Type your N's. Or if you're a lone Cleveland Browns fan watching to get some insight, which you're not going to get any because you know that the Patriots are going to win after watching this video, type your CLEs down in the comments section. Let's get into the first question. Anthony Sanchez coming in with a $2 super chat. Any injury updates that we should know about? Well, the injury report comes out every Wednesday, and while this is being recorded on Wednesday, There were 2 injuries that did not practice on Wednesday's practice. Fortunately, when everybody's limited and kind of a full participant, you kind of get that feeling like, okay, they're going to play on Sunday. But there were 2 guys that showed up as a DNP. And Elijah Ponder, who hasn't really been getting many plays this season, many snaps, but Craig Woodson has been your starting safety with an ankle injury, which is a bit of concern. Now, we did get Jalen Hawkins back at practice. He was a hamstring, a full participant, so it seems like that hamstring is fully good. You could see Christian Gonzalez as a full participant, Kyrus Tonga, Morgan Moses, Stephon Diggs, Christian Barmore, and Harold Landry as your limited. But all those guys played last week and had the same injury, so I expect them to play on Sunday. Thanks for the question, Anthony. J-Rod36 coming in with a $2 super chat. Any unsigned edge players that we should pick up in free agency? So I saw your question, J-Rod, and appreciate you as always. And I looked at some of the best free agent edge rushers. There are none. You have Shaq Barrett, DeMarcus Walker, Yannick Ngakoue, Jerry Hughes. Like, none of these guys really stick out. I would rather have the guy that, like, they signed, Caleb Murphy, who we'll get into maybe a little bit later in this mailbag. But you also have Caleb Chason, who just picked up Defensive Player of the Week. You also have Harold Landry. I don't want anybody that's really a free agent. If I'm going to go out and get somebody, I'm going to go out and trade somebody. So nobody in particular that really intrigues me on the edge position at free agent. Dink iOS coming in with a $5. Should we trade for Jalen Waddle? I would love this in a heartbeat. You get your deep threat. I know that would probably knock Mac Hollins out of the entire rotation, but Jalen Waddle is an absolute dog. The only problem is he plays for the Dolphins. Dolphins are a division rival. You're probably going to have to pay that division tax. If you can get him for a 3rd-round pick, I am doing that in a heartbeat. Him and Drake May would be on the same connection. It would be absolutely awesome. I want to see that right now. If you cannot get A.J. Brown in the offseason, give me Jalen Waddle. I said Jalen Waddle was better than Devontae Smith coming out of Bama when they both came out to the draft. So give me Jalen Waddle. Vicious Tuna. A lot of trade questions today. Should the Patriots trade for a cornerback or a safety? I know that they were trying to trade for a cornerback back in earlier this season when Jarvis Brownlee Jr. got traded from the Tennessee Titans to the New York Jets. I want to say that they should trade for a safety, but it really seems like that they should be trying to trade Kyle Duggar, but they keep playing Kyle Duggar. I want to see a safety. I just don't know if there's any safeties that are truly available. Now, cornerbacks, you can go after a Roger McCreary for the Titans. You can go after a Reek Woolen. I would like to see a little bit more depth, and everybody is going to keep mentioning this over and over and over. Stephon Gilmore, should he return? Should he be signed? But it kind of gets to concerning moments when it's kind of almost November in the NFL season, and if you're still a free agent, there's a reason why you're still a free agent. I'm still going with an edge position over anything. Diana Chucksy. What a name! I don't even know. What is that picture? Should we be concerned with Jared Wilson's playing? A little bit. And it's kind of been quiet how the offensive line has been just because how good Drake May has been and how everybody else has been really good in the offensive line. Will Campbell looks like a star caliber left tackle on the other side. You see Morgan Moses playing well. You see Mike Owenu having low-key a great season. You see Garrett Bradbury having a great season. But then there's Jared Wilson. You see 61 out of 71 guards ranked. And his PFF grades are not great. 48 overall grade, a 50 pass blocking grade, 46 run blocking grade. He only has 2 penalties, and you see those 2 sacks. But if you want to know when those 2 sacks came, both of them came against the Tennessee Titans. Both of them came last week. And honestly, after watching some of the film, it was only on PFF listed as 2 sacks. I think he let up 3. They attributed it to Drake May himself, but I think Jared Wilson was the reason for that. And this weekend, you're going up against 2 guys that are absolutely incredible in Mason Graham and Myles Garrett. It is your toughest test yet. And I'm just like, Oh, Jared Wilson, I know that you're a rookie. I know it's going to take you some time to develop. But there's also in the back of my head, if he struggles, I'd kind of give Ben Brown a chance. I'd give him an opportunity to see what Ben Brown. We saw Jared Wilson miss the game a couple weeks ago, and Ben Brown did a solid job. So if it's really disaster mode on Sunday against the Browns, which I don't think it's going to be, but maybe give Ben Brown a chance to switch up this rotation just a little bit. Would you guys bench Jared Wilson? Or do you want to see him kind of play through this little kind of dry spell that he's having, is struggling a little bit? Give me a B for bench or give me an S for start down in the comment section. All right. Drake May Pat's Lover. Drake May Lover is the best account on Instagram. With how good our defensive coordinator intern has been, and he's talking about Zach Kuhr, after Coach T comes back, will we have a DC controversy? Bit early to start thinking about it. Well, we know that Terrell Williams has been unfortunately diagnosed with prostate cancer. Mike Vrabel did give an update today at his press conference, and he said he's progressing, he's doing good. Me, if I was going to put a bet on it, I would honestly just say that he's not coming back this season. I think he's going to take the whole year off. I mean, trying to recover from prostate cancer is a big thing. You have to prioritize your health. You have to prioritize going through that recovery. I think he's not thinking about football at all. So do you really want to come back? I think he will come back next year. But honestly, with how Zach Kuhr is playing after this season, he might have an opportunity to go interview somewhere else. Or Coach T might retire. That's the questions you're going to get to, but right now I don't expect Terrell Williams to come back at all this season. Gonzalez Productions! What's your ceiling and floor for New England? This season, the ceiling is, right now it's 13 wins. If you look at the schedule that the Patriots have, it's so easy. You have to play the Browns this weekend. Then you go up against the Falcons, which, they're bipolar as hell. I have no idea if they're a good team. I have no idea if they're a bad team. They can get blown out one game and then win the next game by 30. They don't make any sense. You go up against Tampa Bay, but they absolutely have – they're injury-ridden. But they still have Baker Mayfield, don't they? So that's going to be a tough one. Then you go up against the Giants, the Bengals, the Jets twice, the Dolphins. You also have the Ravens and Bills. So if you want to chalk up, let's say, the Ravens, the Bills, and the Tampa Bay Bucks as losses, that leaves you with 5 on the season. Then you have 12. So 10 losses is my floor at this point. If you have 10, that's the floor. The ceiling, absolutely at the top. But this team is really, really good. And playoffs are 100% an option. You have a 92% chance to make the playoffs according to The Athletic. We're going to get into some more of your questions, but first, I got to tell you about our sponsor of today's show, and that is PrizePicks. You and I make decisions every single day, but on PrizePicks, being right can get you paid. Don't miss any of the excitement this season on PrizePicks, where it's good to be right. PrizePicks is simple to play. You just pick more or less on 2 to 6 player stat projections. If you get your picks right, you can cash in. There's a brand new feature. You can follow other PrizePicks players directly on the app, and you can copy their lineups in one click. Whether it's a friend, a celebrity partner, like producer Moose, or just someone whose picks you like, hit the follow button and check out every lineup they create in the new feed tab on PrizePicks. Of course, I got a lineup for this weekend's game. You know, basketball season starts literally right now. Well, you can make a lineup. Drake May, give me the more. Quinshon Judkins, give me the less on rushing yards. And Stephon Diggs, it's going to happen at some point, right? Give me more on the touchdown. Make a lineup just like that one when you download the app today and use code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. PrizePicks, it's good to be right. Big game, guys. Big game for the Patriots. It's also kind of crazy that the trade deadline is less than 2 weeks away. I know a lot of you guys have like other type of trade targets or trade questions, like this next one, the Pat back. What's your top position target for a trade? I've said it on this video. I've said it on the channel multiple times. I would go for a safety. I don't really know what safeties are out there. I'm not with how good the wide receivers have been playing, I'm not trading for a wide receiver. There's one specific player position that I'm looking at for a trade, and that's just edge. It's my top target for a trade. And you're probably thinking, well, Brett, they're playing great. Kayvon Chason and Harold Landry. Well, Kayvon Chason's missed a game. Harold Landry's also almost missed a game. And they both have been dealing with a little tiny bit of injuries. That could evolve at any point in the season where they get hurt. And then once you go after, you're screwed. You have Keon White or Anthony Jennings as your next guys on the depth chart. Now, they did claim someone off of waivers on Monday, and that's Caleb Murphy. He was with the Chargers. He got waived by the Chargers a couple days ago over the weekend from Ferris State, and he was absolutely insane at Ferris State. He also has ties to Mike Vrabel. He was playing for the Tennessee Titans back in 2023. And I can just read the stats off for him if you want to bring him up for me. 14 games played, 17 tackles, no tackles for loss, only half a sack. 17 tackles in 23, 24, and 25. That's 3 seasons. So obviously he brings you a little bit of depth. He brings you a little bit, but nothing that's eye-popping, nothing that's going to be is he going to be number 2 on the depth chart? No, not in my eyes. I think you have to go out and trade for someone that you can see as someone that would be a possibility. Because if you look at the pass blocking depth or pass rushing depth chart, Keon White, Anthony Jennings, Elijah Ponder, and now Caleb Murphy. That's not a lot. Elijah Ponder, solid. Anthony Jennings, run blocker or run defender. Keon White hasn't done a thing. I really think Keon White should be traded because he just needs to start somewhere else. Now there's available tradable edges. This is according to ESPN. And you have Trey Hendrickson, which I'm just kind of off of it at this point. Jalen Phillips, which he's a Miami Dolphin. I would take him in a heartbeat. It just depends if you're going to trade in division. Same with Jermaine Johnson. I would do that in a heartbeat. Arden Key from Tennessee. He has been dealing with a little injuries. And is it Arnold Ebiketie? Ebiketie. He's a solid one from Atlanta. I would take him. I would send over a late third-day draft pick for him. But the main guy I'm looking at is Arden Key. And you have him for the same exact reason. You would trade for him the same exact reason as you got Caleb Murphy. He has ties with Mike Vrabel. You can see 6 tackles, 1.5 sacks, 1 tackle for loss. He's been dealing with an injury. But it just makes sense. It just makes sense for the Patriots to get him. Because I know how much that Frabes loves this kid, and I know how much that he would help the Patriots. I'm not saying that he would start. I'm not saying that he would get in a super rotation spot, but it just gives you some extra depth. And the Patriots, they need some extra depth. There's no one really you got to go out and trade for him to get 100% better. No, the Patriots are already a great team. That's why they're 5-2. But you let me know of a player that you would trade for. Who would you trade for? It could be anybody. It could be a wide receiver. It could be an edge. It could be a corner, safety, whatever the position is. Go down in the comments section and let me know. Another week, another great segment of questions for you guys. I love doing this every single week, and hopefully the Patriots can get their 5th straight win. Now, don't jinx it. Hit that sub button, and let's go Pats. Boom. A.J. Brown sits out with a hamstring injury. Trade incoming. Trade inbound. You did it again. You put the matchup in the wrong. You put the Buffalo Panthers. Rashad, sign up using code CLNS, brother. Mike Burdett, how do you feel about the Browns defense putting up good defensive numbers, holding opponents down a little? Their schedule has already been 5 times harder as ours. Yeah, I mean, their defense is really good. You have Myles Garrett. Mason Graham has turned into a pretty good guy. They have Denzel Ward. The names go on and on. They just can't score because their offense sucks. It stinks. Man. All right, we'll give you guys a couple more minutes because it's almost 7 o'clock Eastern time. And I want to go watch basketball, and I want to go work out. So I'll give you guys 2 more. 6.5 point favorites. Last week I took it, and I was a little nervous. I was a little nervous. Rashad, it's a run game Sunday. May will pass for 85 yards. If May passes for 85 yards, I will give you personally I'll make a graphic for you and shout you out. That is not happening.
Lockett, tuck it. Lockett, tuck it.
I do not want Tyler Lockett. If you have worse stats than Pop Douglas, who is barely gotten on the field, go home. Retire. Come on. I know the Titans suck, but he started. He was playing 40 snaps. Pop Douglas gets on the field for 15 snaps a game.
Damn. You really going to do my boy Lockett like that?
Yes. Go back to Seattle. Oh, man. Chuck Cini. All right, guys. Great show as always. I got Jack right there. Shout out to Jack that did a great job on Sunday. He can't hear me. Rashad, I love you. I hope you tune in on Sunday. We got a live show for you guys on Sunday. We'll be live at noon Eastern time, and I will be here. I won't have any weddings to go to. So make sure you don't miss out. Patriots, Browns. It's going to be a good one. Make sure you tune in. And as always, let's go Pats.